In addition to draining and flushing that water heater, you want to have them inspect the anode rods, which usually need to be replaced about every 2 to 5 years, depending on if you have a softening system or if you have your regular hard water. That's something that the plumbers can do and replace, and that helps keep your water heater up and running. It keeps that water hotter, and then you'll get that service that you're looking for.
And everyone talks about replacing the anode rod, but it can be actually kind of hard to find even at specialty supply shops because, in my opinion, there's a supply and demand, and because people don't do the maintenance like they're supposed to replace the anode rods, they end up just running the water heater till it's out, and they go get a new until it burns out, and they get a new water heater. So the plumbing is, stocks more water heaters. Where if they had more anode rods and less water heaters, and people were using the anode rod to extend the life of their water heater, like it's designed to do, we wouldn't be replacing the water heater as frequently. What is the function of the anode rod for the listener? It's a softer metal than the tank, and so all those hard minerals chew away at the anode rod instead of at your tank and your junctions, so you don't rust out as fast.
It has to be replaced every 2 to 5 years to keep your water heater functioning at a good spot, and that will help your water heater last 10 or more years. But if the anode rod is not being replaced, your water heater is going to die out sooner, and then it's going to need to be replaced at the whole unit, which, as we all know, prices have gone up, and water heaters are more expensive now than they used to be. So replacing those anode rods, having someone come out every approximately 2 years to inspect your water heater, drain and flush it if you need them to, and look and replace that rod will keep up the service.
And if somebody hasn't done this maintenance and notices something or gets inspired to do it, the older the unit, the harder it's going to be.
Correct. And the older unit, the harder it's going to be to find those anode rods because they have improved in technology and the way that they've done things or changed sizes over the years. So the older water heaters are not going to have anode rods easily findable. Thunderbird Plumbing, we always carry some of those on our truck, so we have them to replace water heater anodes and not have to have an entire system replaced.
And the older the tank is, and where you see rust spots, that's the weaker the spot. And if you've got two fittings that have kind of, solidified together through calcium deposits, and it's harder to loosen than normal, you're going to be putting more force on that. And it's very common to break the tank and not break the thread because it's
yes, that is another hiccup that we have come across, people trying to do that with their own self. So when you wait too long, that is definitely going to cost more money. So it's better to get into maintenance, put it in your calendar to call your plumber, every 2 years and say, hey, I need my water heater inspected, and let's drain and flush it while they're out there inspecting it. Have them do it every other year, and the homeowner could do it themselves in between it.
And all of this work is done by first disconnecting the power supply to the water heater and turning the supply water off, because that is a pressurized system. So you want to cut off both power and water before you start any kind of maintenance on your water heater.
That is correct. If you don't do that, you're going to end up with a flood and then having to call a restoration service to come in. Some people's water heaters are in the house, and if you have carpet or tile, it is going to flood your area, and then you'll have to replace your baseboards and probably your walls.
So, and if you don't know how to turn off either the water or the power, you shouldn't be doing any of this yourself.
That is correct. Please call Thunderbird Plumbing and make an appointment.